Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. What's going on, freaks? Oh boy, my TV's making noise. How's it going out there? I don't know why your comment got deleted. Maybe it was a stupid comment. Who the hell knows? Yeah, nobody removed your comments. Yeah, nobody removed your comments, and I don't care if the Ducks get smoked. I don't like the Ducks. I'm an Oregon State Beaver fan, and I hate the Ducks for bailing on the Pac-12 and screwing the Beavers over, who were playing so well right before that whole change. And I don't have any sympathy I do not give two shits about the University of Oregon. Hey, Supa Trupa, I don't know who the hell you are. Nobody deleted any of your comments. If you make another idiotic comment, I'm going to have to remove you. We were just trying to start off a normal show. We didn't need to have a drama queen coming in here. All right. All right. Very cool. Is it this one? Yeah, right there. Yeah, so anyways, this is the video that I got from... Now, I'm having to spend $390 on some other surveillance footage that's out there from a gas station that I didn't even know was part of the case. So I've already paid half of that, but man, it's starting to get kind of frustrating because I'm the one that paid for the research and whatnot to get the DoorDash information, and it just kind of, somebody else got it out there yesterday or 2 days before. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Supa Trupa. If you complain one more time, I'm getting rid of you. Okay? Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I was really frustrated earlier watching Agenda Filled TV. I don't know if you ever watched that channel, Agenda Filled TV. That guy's so it's funny. It's called Agenda Free TV, but it's anything but, you know. Like, he's literally covering the new surveillance footage that was released by Homeland Security of the Minnesota shooting from the camera, the cell phone that the officer was holding, and he didn't play the last 2 seconds, the part that actually matters. There's no point in playing any of it if you're not showing that, because that's the part that literally shows that hey, thanks, Mary Lou. That's the point. That's the part that matters. And he says, well, see her turning her wheel, and and he was just trying to convince people that, hey, maybe it's something else. It's like, it's totally a disservice to the facts of a case to not show that. Anyways, thanks, Mary Lou up there. Huh? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, Supa Trupa is Supa Soda? Oh. I don't know who you guys are referring to. I don't know who Supa is. Can you guys just not have a conversation with that person? KK, just let them come back, and if they turn into a normal person later, that's great. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, well, I did figure it out. The problem is people pretend that other creators figured it out too, but there's absolutely no chance that that happened. They just steal. They have somebody, hey, did you hear, Gray? Look at this, you found. Ooh, cool. And then they do a show and they pretend that they simultaneously figured out where the surveillance was from. Hey, thanks, Timmy D. Cecil. Anyways, this is the new surveillance that was from, what do you call it? Floyd's Cannabis Shop. Now, look, I don't see fog lights on there, you guys. Those are the headlights. See that? Those are just the headlights. The fog lights would be down in this area of the car. But, of course, the Kohberger nut jobs that are out there keep telling everybody, oh, look, it has fog lights, everybody. It has fog lights. Look at. And right there, when they claim that, that's like a guardrail that's creating that little line there. See that? Notice how when you get back here, it's not there. And then right when this little fence comes in, hell, I bet we could even see it. Watch. But they'll never tell you that stuff because it doesn't fit the story that they wanted to tell you. And if you guys want to help, make the damage on buying that other surveillance coming up not as bad, that would be great. Yeah, see right there? There's this guardrail. I don't know what side. Let me go look. There's got to be, there's like a fence or something over here. Hold on. Yeah, that's exactly why there's a split in that. So it's not fog lights, all right? Absolutely not fog lights. That's just that, and it looks thin because of the way light disperses when it's dark like that on camera footage with not very quick frame rate. Or shutter speed, I guess, is the term I was looking for. You guys see what I'm saying? See right there? There's looks like two lights, a light on the top and the bottom. But that isn't what it is, okay? And it even starts right when you would think it would. See right there? It's not there. It's just one headlight. And then right there when there's like that median, you can see it right there. And then it's driving by. Now there's one on the top and the bottom. It's split right down the middle. You see that? And other than that, I think right at the end there's... No, that's not the one. Yeah, so there's nothing else on that. And then there's another camera. So if you go into... hey, thanks, Marty's Bar and Grill. Thanks, Marty. Yeah, there's 360-degree camera shots here. I don't know if people did this intentionally or what. That's inside the actual shop itself. Pretty close to where the camera was. Maybe if we go to this one. Yeah, there you go. So there's obviously a camera. I've seen these. I actually filmed the cameras on a trip that I made out there. I don't know if those are them right there, but there's one here maybe and over there. But one shoots straight out and the other one kind of at an angle like that. So that's the one you're looking at right here. And that's all just right up in this area. So I'm going backwards now. And he's going quite fast, actually. especially on that other shot. That one he's coming towards you, but look at he's just zipping. Yeah, that's it, man. You can, I mean, that's the exact shape of an Elantra right there. You can see it. And that's really about all that shot has in it. And that's a different car than the one that was in Pullman, because that one had fog lights, so that's why they didn't use that at trial, but they used this one. All right, there you go. And I mean, so I don't know, we could just keep playing that over and over and over again. It's just, that's it. That's all there is. And then the other document that I got, I thought was very important. Let's see, where is that? Kohberger. I think I'm going to be on Court TV again on Monday. At least they asked me to be on there. I don't know what that necessarily means. But hey, guys, if you guys could please help support the channel tonight. It's another night. My channel relies on you guys to be able to do all the stuff that we do. And I need your guys' support on a nightly basis. So if you guys have the ability to do so, that would be great. Nobody's required to do anything. And any amount that you help support the channel with is appreciated. So thank you. I think it's right here. DoorDash. Yeah, so this is the DoorDash. See, I think this is, it just really shreds a ton of the Kohberger nut job stuff. So that's Molly right there, MM. That's the DoorDash driver. Then this is the address. And I guess the dasher is the driver, so there's not going to be a phone number for Xander Kernodle in here. People are like, hey, where's the phone number? I thought this was pretty interesting because when you look at the the timeline that we've already have here, just a second. I guess not, you guys. Come on, let's try to get to the goal tonight early in the show. All right, so right around here, you remember how, let's see, it was 2:10, Dylan Mortensen sends a text to the Uber driver, and then 2:13, Uber driver confirming he was driving, but then Dylan never responded. And then 2:15, Xana buys a DoorDash, so she's probably home at this point. I mean, maybe they're walking back home and then ordered it, something like that. But I would imagine they got home not too long after that. Thanks, Cheryl. And then that's all you got there. And then we all this other stuff goes on, the driving around, etc. Then we got the DoorDash driver shows up at 3:46. Parks the car like around 3:46:25. You can see the headlights reflection. And then the DoorDash driver lights turn off at 3:48:53. The DoorDash driver is seen walking west on Queen, then east on Queen Road at that's at 3:51:30. And then at 3:52:50 the lights are off again on her car. Yeah, so that's in this video here. If we turn off the, I figured it actually seemed like it worked pretty good when you turn it on and off. So if you go up to 3:46, which is coming up, that's the car coming in right here. So if you go like that, that's not the one. Which one? And here comes the DoorDash driver.
That's not the... Oh, yeah.
And then you can see by the lights.
Hold on a second. I think it's... Is it that one or this? This one. That's the one that you used. So 346. So that's what it looks like normally. And that's with the overlay on there. That's the DoorDash driver. Everything is exactly the same though. Look at that. When you blink it on and off, there's nothing different in there. Alright, then about 3:51. This is all in the video today. The DoorDash driver comes walking over here. And I'm sure Xana's probably up there going, where the hell's my food? She ordered it at 2:15. I mean, this is like way later. Okay, there she goes right there. And so, like, you could go like this. So you can see her much better. But you can see sort of the ghost silhouette. She's standing right next to that car. See that? It's kind of cool seeing that. But you can see it much better silhouette-wise in that shot. But it also, when that one's on, you can see exactly where she was standing, what it looked like. And then she walks back that way. And then Xana was looking, wondering where the hell she went. And then that's why this is interesting, because right there at 3:54, that's probably the last text message that Xana Kernodle ever sent, I would imagine, because she's not going to be texting anybody. She might have commented on a page or something somewhere, something of that nature. But she said, "Are you having trouble finding it?" Meaning her house. And so that's interesting, right? Like, so that's proof of life at 3:54, and it's part of the timeline. 4:12 is now. It's incredibly likely that is, she's on TikTok. I mean, it's not just likely; it is her on TikTok. So 3:54, she's sending a text message to the DoorDash driver. So that means all these nut jobs who are talking about how there's a killing going on at 3:26 at that other house with the screaming, or 2:26, whatever the hell the time was. 2:26, they're screaming and yelling and all this stuff. So that's when the killing's actually happening. Then you'd have to believe that Xana Kernodle came home at 2:15. Before that, orders a DoorDash, and then later asks, "Hey, where are you having trouble finding it?" All while there's people being murdered inside that little house. Yeah, that's complete lunacy. So this document right here shreds all of the information that they've had that whole time. But hey, guys, I'll try to ask again. Seems like tonight I'm going to be relegated to asking 1,700 times again. But we need your guys' support to make it on this channel, because we actually put out factual, rational information. The crazy, lunatic, conspiracy theorists, they do really well. So I need your guys' support when I do these shows. All right? And that's how we're able, like last year, we donated $46,000 from the ad revenue. Again, the video I put out today is doing really poorly ad revenue-wise. The one I put out yesterday, it's made $40-something ad revenue. That's not really that great either, so that's why I continue to need the support from the people watching. It just seems like I wish I could do a show where I didn't have to mention it, but it just seems like I know how hard it is to get to the goal, and it'd be great to have better starts. We're currently at 1/10. So there you go. That's all I got on that. let's see. We got in the Tepe case, one of the freaks out there who lives in the area, or at least somebody watching the show, but we'll just call him a freak, named Tracy. She went out there and walked around the block and filmed it for us. She asked me if she could do, if there's anything she could do, and I was like, oh yeah, get out there and maybe if you can walk around the block, go through the alley, etc. That would be cool. Yeah, I know they're valuable to the public, but why doesn't my channel, like, it's so hard to get the the support from everybody else. Well, look at that. There's Marty's Bar and Grill again. Thank you.
_basic cat.
Yeah, that's right. Bruce all the way. Hey, thanks, Marty. You're so kind. Thank you. I mean, just, I don't even know what I would do without you. There's a few of you that it's like, I mean, I would be absolutely in the tank, just like tank, like, because a lot of other people aren't helping the channel as much anymore. They're just sort of like, yeah, great, just keep doing your shit, but I'm not doing it. I need the support, you guys. It's just, I do the shows, you guys support the channel, and then we donate thousands of dollars as well. I'm going to probably donate $500 here in the next couple of days. But it's hard when you have, I don't know. All right, let's see. Yeah, here's one, the video, one of her videos. Here, I'll put it. Let me put it over here in here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Oh, hey, look at that. Lisa Valenzuela has a challenge. If you guys do 5 memberships out there, just random memberships. When I say something, it apparently falls on deaf ears, but when Lisa Valenzuela is going to, if you get 5 single memberships out there, she'll donate 25 worth of coffee, which is pretty good. I mean, it's good too because there's no, they don't take 30% out.
Hi Gray, this is Tracy. I am no videographer, but I will try to get some video here for you.
Hey, thanks Marty again. Look at that.
So this is the house right here. Lots of flowers.
Yep. It's got the Ring doorbell camera on there and everything. See? That's the classic Ring doorbell camera. I don't know if you guys saw what Lisa Valenzuela just put up there, but we need 4 more gifted memberships, and then she'll donate 5 coffees. Thanks.
Okay, this is the city camera over there that we don't know if it was on or not. Police haven't mentioned it.
Oh, that's, yeah, right up there, yeah. I was like, what is that? What is this thing? Maybe that's solar power or something, but yeah, those are the lights right there.
We don't know if it was on or not. Police haven't mentioned anything.
Do you guys see that up there with Lisa Valenzuela? Who was working? I don't know what that means. Oh, that it was working. Okay. Also, what was the other one? Yeah, I mean, the officer went to the wrong house originally.
Okay, so now I'm going down the alley. This is their house. Also, did you hear that the original responding cop went to the wrong address? He went to 1411 South 4th instead of North. So
he went to
I will
totally
walk
the
down
wrong
here
place.
where you had the problems with the Google Maps.
Yeah, so this is pretty interesting over here, you know. See, like, you can see it's not hard. People are like, oh, there's no way to get over
Their
those
house.
fences. Really? That looks like about like the easiest fence in the world to get over. You just put your foot onto that one, step over it, let yourself down. I hope they dusted this thing here. But hey, guys, we have up there a challenge by Lisa Valenzuela. If we could please support the challenge there, because that's a good way to do 2 for 1. We're trying to reach the goal tonight, and if you appreciate what we're doing on this channel, I would appreciate your support, as I've already said about 15 times tonight. You got a nice little squirrel sitting there. And that's the other side.
looks
Look
like
how
you
easy
can
that
only
is.
enter it
That's
from
the
the
easiest thing in the
garage.
world to get over that.
So I will walk down here where you had the problems with the Google Maps.
And yet I still found it. That's a light.
Some row houses here. You can see it's, you know, being revitalized.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I don't doubt at all that the camera on the street and the Ring doorbell camera, even at their house, might have been working. But that's not where the person, I don't believe, went in the front door, nor was he seen on the camera on the street or the front door.
Okay, so there's the
Yeah, why is this
block.
so hard tonight to get to these challenges, man? This is
block
crazy.
wall you had shown.
I'm not filming. This is Tracy.
And this is that pull-in area.
And she's doing a great job. Like she said, I'm not a... Yeah, I think this is about as good as you can do. I mean, it's really stable and still. And these are, you know, I mean, if I had $1, I would have retired for all the people who go, Gray, those aren't, it's not a rail, it's downspouts. Even though I pinned a post saying, okay, everybody, I get it. You know, but I'm not there to look at it.
And this would then be the
Yeah, so this is it. There's the camera. This is exactly what I was showing on Google Earth, etc.
parking pad. And there are the
Hey, thanks again, Marty's Bar and Grill. I guess nobody else is into
Downspout.
doing it.
downspouts that are coming out.
Yeah, so those are, I thought that was a doorway, so I thought it was weird to have 2 on both sides, but it's not. It's a whole different unit. Yeah, it was, Tracy filmed it.
I'm just putting it down since there are people up here. Don't want to get them on film. Alright, so now we are walking on 4th toward their place again.
I don't know, it doesn't look that run down to me. It looks like a area that's sort of improving. People always use this word like gentrification, like it's a bad thing to take an area that is being let run down and dilapidated and then have other people move in and spend the money to make it look nice again. It's ridiculous. Like people actually make it sound like it's some bad thing. It's wild. Let's see. And yes, I guess the bad part is it starts increasing the value and rents go up, etc. But what are you supposed to do? Like keep it looking like garbage so that the rent stays down? It's kind of weird. I don't know what this one is here.
Okay, so I'll get out here real quick. Hopefully nobody will come. But this is from the angle he was coming at. So here are your downspouts. He would have been walking this way.
Yeah, now you can really see him now.
From the angle he was coming at. So here are your downspouts. He would have been walking this way. Up here, this is the house with the camera. There's the camera. Okay, and then there's your concrete block wall.
Yep. See, she's somebody that watched it, actually paid attention. So this is exactly what, like, let's say there was a show, like the news was out there talking. She's somebody that would do exactly what you heard and went out and filmed those things. Other people just don't do that. They have no clue what they're doing. It just sucks when they go, oh yeah, I should have done this. She did every single thing that you know,
and then this is
that
the
you'd want.
parking area.
It's right there.
Row houses. And there you go. Let me know if you want anything else because I'm just about to head home.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I can watch the first part again.
No videographer, but I will try to get some video here for you. So this is...
Hey guys, is there any chance we can reach the challenge that Lisa Valenzuela put out there about 10 minutes ago, where we just needed 5 gifted channel memberships, and then she would have gifted 5 coffees. It really helps out the channel, and it's 2 for 1 on your end.
The house right here. Lots of flowers. Okay, this is the city camera over there that we don't know if it was on or not. Police haven't mentioned anything. Okay, so now I'm going down the alley. This is their house. So it looks like you can only enter it from the garage. So I will walk down here where you had the problems with the Google Maps. Some row houses here. You can see it's, you know, being revitalized. Okay, so there's the concrete block wall you had shown. And this is that pull-in area. And this would then be the parking pad.
Here, I'm just gonna close this down and open up something again. Hey, thanks, Moon Shadow and KMTX. Man, brutal. Hey, thanks, Sandy. Yeah, I just spent 190 of the 380 that we're gonna have to spend on a different surveillance in the Kohberger case that I don't know, never even heard of it before. So we'll have to look at it. I had to order certain time frame because I don't, I can't afford to. It was going to be like 1,000 something to do the whole day. Yeah, so you can see it all just right here in this long. We need one more, you guys. Yes, it's that. This part over here is what you can see in. That's I think it's right in there. Yep. And then there's the Hey, thanks, Lexi. All right. Hey, there you go. Lisa Allen's whale out. Welcome, Perpetual Concepts. Yeah, so that's down the street there. So, you know. I mean, we've already proven all this stuff, so it doesn't really matter that much. It's just like, there it is. It's all just sitting right in front of your face. Hey, Zozo out there. How's the fire going over there?
I am no videographer, but I will try to get some video here for you. So this is the house right here.
Hey, thanks so much, Perpetual Concepts. You became a member and then you donated a membership. That was really cool. Thank you. I'm drinking. You know what's really good? Have you guys had... I haven't had root beer for so long. That's what I've been drinking. This... it's even sugar-free, but it's pretty good. No, I don't work for them, but man, forgot how good root beer was.
Lots of flowers.
Yeah, so I think like some of the key takeaways from this video are how easy it would be to climb over that fence. You know, these clowns on YouTube are like, no way, man, there's no way you could, you know, like they just, people don't use their brains. I don't know what the deal is. It's just, so it's actually this side on this side. So over this one, or, and that's the one that is the tree next to it. So either that one, I guess I need to go like that. So it's either that one right there that you could climb over. Actually, that's the one. So the one on the left here. And then when you go around the other side, it's one on the right there. So either side, there's a tree right over on this side. That would have made a better place if you were trying to hide and kind of let yourself down. And so the guy just walked right down here, basically like this.
You can see it's, you know, being revitalized.
Thank you, Gloria Batari.
Okay, so there's the concrete block wall you had shown.
Thanks, Sandy Shirley and Lisa Valenzuela.
And this is that pull-in area. And this would then be the parking pad.
Remember that thing we talked about last night about those body parts that were somebody's hoarding? Yeah, that's
And there are
it got creepier even. It's like hanging stuff from the ceiling.
downspouts that are coming out.
You like broke into like cemeteries and stole stuff. So that's about it, really. So thanks, Tracy, for doing that. That was pretty cool. I don't know if there's any new, but being able to see it like that gives you a much better visual picture of it. Like if you went there right now, you'd know everything was, right? So basically, you know, if you just start over again, right there, the second house from the right, the street, is the Tepe's house. Then you go around the corner. All you do is turn right. And then you go take a right on the alley. And then the second one in, the brown one there, or try to dark gray or whatever color that is, that's the Tepe house. So the killer likely went over this fence or went over on this side, this fence right there. And then you go down the alley here, and then the surveillance footage is right there. That's the building that had the surveillance shot on it. And then there's the downspouts over there, and then the brick wall is just right before that, right there. Right here, the little brick pillar thing, and then that's actually part of a wall. And that's it. Then it comes back out on the street. You take a right, go to that street, and then once you get to that street here, that goes right back down to the Tepe residence. It's like one big square, right? So, very good job filming that, Tracy. Good stuff. Anybody hear anything new? Any other like details or anything? I mean, people are just, you know, I mean, these shows with, you know, 4-hour conversations with ex-FBI people. I mean, I don't really understand what you're going to get out of that. It's just, you know, until we get more information, we aren't going to get to know. Yeah, there was an abandoned cemetery, right? Like I think it was from 1856 or something. What are you rolling your eyes at, Lisa Valenzuela? I don't know. I can't see. All right, you guys, would you be interested in? I have the press conference of the Portland police chief after, you know, now that they know, oh, they really were Tren de Aragua. Wasn't I? What was I telling you guys yesterday? I go, these people are lunatics. The mayor of Portland, the governor of Portland, the police chief, they were all just making it sound so like this. Oh my God, everybody, it's the dictator with his henchmen driving around. And then today he said, now somebody asked him, will you condemn the Border Patrol? And he goes, no. You mean like you did yesterday, right? Like you did yesterday. Okay. These people are lunatics, man. It's creepy. Yeah, I'll just throw it in here. You guys want to hear this thing at all? And we can go back to that later if you guys want. I just want you to hear this.
Hi, everybody. All right, good afternoon. I know most of you in the room, but for those of you who I do not know, my name is Mike Benner. I am the Public Information Manager here at the Portland Police Bureau. Again, welcome, and I appreciate your patience. I know everyone saw the information come out from the Department of Homeland Security this morning regarding Tren de Aragua. Chief will address that. He'll have some remarks.
Hey, before we get to that, let me show you the video that, you know, Lookner won't show. But look at, here's the this is it right here, look. I mean, this looks just like my neighbors, by the way, this type.
That's fine, dude.
That's fine, dude. Yeah.
I'm not mad at you. Show your
So he's walking around. He's got a cell phone, and he doesn't have a gun in his hand or anything. He's just walking
Okay,
around.
we don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former.
I mean, see how these people are just absolute lunatics?
You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
You see how, look at that. Do you want to come at us? I say you get yourself some lunch, big boy. This is actually the wife of the person who got shot. I mean, I don't, you know, nobody likes that somebody got shot or something. But they're trying to make this equivalent to Charlie Kirk being shot. What is the comparison there? Charlie Kirk was giving a talk these people are trying to ram officers with a vehicle. Okay? Now, if you don't believe that, here, watch this.
Okay.
Out of the car. Get out of the car.
See, they're saying, get out of the car. She knows he's, look at, she's looking straight ahead. The officer is standing right in front of the car. He's got this camera.
Out of the car.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, that's exactly what you could see on that other camera angle. Like, she literally hits him. He had to roll off to the side. Okay? So, I don't know, man. I think there's plenty of information here that, I mean, these people, this is what the left encourages, though. Like, it's okay to do this. It's insane, you guys.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Yeah, see? There you go. The car hit him. He's right next to the vehicle, and then he shoots. I don't know, man. I don't see any discrepancy in what they said. These people are crazy. You know what I always say? I always say law and order is how you get a country, is how, countries should be. It's the only way to have a democracy and have a civil society is if you follow law and order. And these people don't do that. When the officer said, get out of your car, that's what you do. You don't drive away and try to evade them, because then at that point, your chance of something really bad happening goes up dramatically, as I've said 10,000 times on my show. But hey, guys, if you're out there, if you could please help support the channel, that would be great. We're currently only at about 40% of a minimum nightly goal. Well, they both got them killed. The girl, she didn't even let her partner get in the car. She was so wanting to drive away. That's the crazy part. Is like the wife was supposed to get into the car, and then she drove away. Not even letting her get into the car. She wanted to get away. And then, not only that, you could see the officer was right in front of your car, and you drove right into him. They're both nut jobs, both of them. Hey, but how's it going over there in Australia?
And he also wants to address the protest activity from last night and what we expect moving forward and what our posture will be. And with that, Chief.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
She wasn't turning to avoid anything, you idiot. She was trying to turn right to get to exit, and he was still standing in front of the car.
I recently read the Declaration of Independence for the first time, and this great document we're going to celebrate.
You finally read it.
250 years.
Wow, you're a great American. Yeah,
this July. And there's that commonly referred to line about certain inalienable rights, and among these are
inalienable? You mean inalienable?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But the line...
See, this is what I'm saying. Look how embarrassing it is to have a police chief like this. Right? This guy right here.
That immediately follows what struck me as a seasoned law enforcement professional, and it says that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. And that is really a passion of mine of the Portland Police Bureau, that we...
No, she didn't miss him. There's another video where you see him actually... It's off from the front and the left. He rolls off the hood. You see it. Okay? It's the one... The original one out there doesn't... The guy is blocked by a person.
Understand that we derive our powers from the consent of the governed. That Portlanders have expressed to us how they desire to be policed and how they desire to interact with their local law enforcement. That will always continue to be a priority of mine. And we have done that remarkably over the last year, particularly in the area of public order. I'm so tremendously proud of the way that we have all showed up, both our community, sometimes in the tens of thousands, or maybe minor protests, and even this week with the events in Minneapolis that certainly concerns us and raised the tension and the fear and the angst. And we had a demonstration that evening, and then
Right. See how he's backtracking, you guys, right now? He's now saying, well, we had that everything was intense because of the thing that happened in Minneapolis, and
the demonstrations last night and the public order events that are happening today and throughout the weekend. I have high expectations that we will continue to be able to express our dissent in a way that
who cares, Adji? I mean, here's the truth. If a dog got shot, people would care more. The lefties would care more that if a dog was killed than the person driving that car. That's the crazy part. Even if it's totally accidental.
demonstrates our commitment to showing how we want to be governed. And that means doing so in a way that is calm or is peaceful or is nonviolent, whatever the terminology that you choose to use, but an expectation that these public order events can be held and participated in by all, and that they are a place of safety for all, including our public officials and our first responders.
That's exactly right, man. That's 100% correct. Pathetic, soft Portland police chief looks like he had an estrogen smoothie. 100%, man. This guy's a loser. No wonder.
Night we had a couple of events that occurred, one that was across the street here at City Hall, several hundred participants, and then we also had several hundred down at the facility in South Waterfront. We, along with our partners from the Oregon State Police, were present down at South Waterfront last night. We did see an increased amount of energy and intensity, which we anticipated, given the events of yesterday and on the heels of Minneapolis, and appropriately so. I understand Portlanders' concern. I understand Portlanders' fear and frustration. I believe there is legitimacy to that, and we anticipated that there would be an increased amount of energy. Historically, this past year in our public order events, through dialogue, officers, through announcements, and through cooperation, we've been able to achieve results and minimize arrests and minimize conflict. Last night, there were some who chose not to follow the direction of the officers, and we were required to make a couple of arrests.
Wow, so they didn't follow your directions and you arrested them? Oh, that is ridiculous, man. They should just be allowed to protest. That's what you're saying about. So ICE, when people don't do what ICE says or the Border Patrol says, they can't do anything. Especially, I mean, isn't it just the most hypocritical thing you've ever seen? See, the difference is, hey, Chris O'Connell, how's it going? But the difference is not only did they not do what the police told them to in the ICE and Border Patrol situation, the individuals tried to use their cars to hit the officers. Now, I wonder how this jackass right here, what he would do if a person used a vehicle to ram one of his officers. Would he allow the officer to shoot, or should he put himself on the ground and let the car just roll over him?
6 actual arrests for disorderly conduct. We had a couple of officers that were slightly injured. There was one force event not involving munitions, just a force event that will be thoroughly investigated and reviewed through our after-action process. But overall, considering the heightened amount of energy and concern last night, I'm still very grateful for the overall.
Who cares? The car had already hit the person loco platiful. You are incorrect. All right? I know you want to protect your liberal brethren, but it's not going to work this time. All right? She was turning because that's where the road goes. She didn't care that there was an officer standing right in front of her car.
Overall bet and the participation, and in looking forward to the weekend where we can continue to demonstrate our ability to express those First Amendment rights. We will continue to be challenged.
I don't care if you disagree. You're just wrong. Okay? You're just wrong. That's all there is to it. You know, you can say whatever the hell you want to say. You're just incorrect. You know what I mean? Just know that.
Challenged with all of the various influences that are coming upon us, but I'm asking and encouraging.
But hey, guys, we're really struggling tonight. We're currently on to about 40% of the goal. So if you guys could please help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Well, I know you don't think so, Loco. You just are, though. Okay?
Encouraging Portlanders to not lose the credibility that we have built up, not only locally but nationally. We'll tell you that police chiefs from around the country and I have talked about how Portland is managing, and I'm hopeful that although the concern is high, that we will have a peaceful but robust and active weekend. We encourage that participation. I was asked yesterday in the press conference about the Tren de Aragua group, also known as TDA. At that time, I did not have pertinent information as to their potential role or involvement here.
He did, Mecca. I know that you want it to be something else, but it just isn't. But I need your guys' support on the channel tonight. We're being inundated with trolls again, as we always seem to get. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, that would be great, so I don't have to ask another 75 times during the show. Thank you.
In the city, doing some more digging, sought some more information. Once the names of the people who were shot yesterday by the federal officers came out, we were able to do some investigating on our part to see if there was any nexus or relationship with the Portland Police Bureau or regional partners. I can confirm, first and foremost, that these two individuals are in stable condition. They are still hospitalized. They are in custody of the federal law enforcement, but grateful that they are appear to be on the road to recovery. And I'm grateful.
There won't be a jury because nobody's going to be prosecuted because these are going to be cut and dry.
For that. They do have some nexus.
Let's look at him now. Look at this idiot now, you guys. Look at him. Look at him nuancing right here. Yeah, they do have some sort of a nexus
to involvement with TDA.
With Tren de Aragua. Okay, you guys. So it was absolutely true. See, the thing is, the Border Patrol has been open the entire time. They said, hey, these people were connected to Tren de Aragua and were involved in a shooting prior. They said this yesterday, okay?
We can confirm that.
I know that you want it to be that way. I know you want him to be prosecuted, Mecca. It's just not going to happen, okay?
We had a shooting in Northeast Portland in July of this year, and the victim in that shooting...
Hey, thanks so much, Chris O'Connell. See, there was another shooting in July this year, but thanks again. Hey, thanks so much up there, Chris O'Connell.
Was self-identified as a Venezuelan immigrant who informed us that the suspects in that shooting were associated with TDA. Based upon that, we...
This whole thing is exactly... Remember when we did this last night? I said, you watch. Every single thing that the Border Patrol said is true. This is what happened, but this is the knee-jerk reaction that literally the worst city government in the history of planet Earth, who let Portland, Oregon, turn into a shithole for 4 years. They absolutely did nothing. They let people just camp out on the streets for 4 years, and everybody left downtown, and people left. And they let people do drugs. They had safe zones to do needles and shit like that. Absolute garbage. And these guys are all part of that. They're all part of it. And they just went out there and they started doing their little glad handing. Oh, look at this. Ooh, we have the governor, the mayor, this dipshit, 2 different theologians, all these people yesterday crying and crying. Oh, this is so horrible. Oh, it's it. Yes, having somebody die is horrible, but this isn't what they tried to make it seem like. Like the Trump administration sent in a bunch of Gestapo agents, and they just started shooting at people. Yeah, no, that didn't happen at all.
We've been working that case. It's an ongoing investigation, but we have been working that case, and there's also been involvement with the two people who were shot yesterday by the federal officers through some criminal cases out in Washington County. So this is a regional effort as we look at.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't have to agree, Mecca. You're just wrong, but that's okay. Like, we don't always have to agree.
At this group affiliation and the potential for violence that has occurred, and it's still ongoing, so I don't have details. And what I can say is there is an association with the two folks yesterday and TDA.
You look at that. Well, there is an association with a terrorist network from Venezuela. You remember the same group that in Colorado took over an entire apartment complex. You remember that one? Yeah, that same group.
I hesitated to even share this information initially.
No, I bet you did, man. I bet you did hesitate. Oh, I mean, I think that's really simple.
I'm very aware of the historic injustice.
Now look at, here's how he's going to, I hesitated to bring it up because historically, police have been so horrible to everybody. Look at.
Upon our arrival, is that correct?
I think I skipped it. Where was I?
By law enforcement, including this very agency that I've represented so proudly for so many years.
Think about it right here.
The victim in that shooting was self-identified as a Venezuelan immigrant who informed us that the suspects in that shooting were associated with TDA. Based upon that, we've been working that case. It's an ongoing investigation, but we have been working that case, and there's also been involvement with the two people who were shot yesterday by the federal officers through some criminal cases out in Washington County. So this is a regional effort as we look at this group affiliation and the potential for violence that has occurred, and it's still ongoing, so I don't have details. And
he's not just a bad public speaker, he's a pile of shit, this guy here.
Can say is there is an association with the two folks yesterday. And
if you want to be safe, this isn't anybody you want anywhere near you. This guy right here, he is horrendous.
TDA. I hesitated to even share this information initially because I'm very aware of the historic injustice of victim blaming, oftentimes portrayed by law enforcement, including this very agency that I've represented so proudly for so many years. And historically, we have not been quick to disclose the potential criminal history of others. But I felt it was imperative because I was asked yesterday in the news conference what information we have. This is information.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to bring it up, but the real reason was because cops have been so mean to people over the years, and I just didn't feel like, but somebody asked about TDA yesterday, and in an effort to be transparent, I'm showing you, no, you should have been telling people this yesterday, because it's important.
We have. This in no way draws a through line to the actions or the behaviors that occurred yesterday. I want to speak for just a moment specifically to my Latino community.
See, we need somebody to do another challenge of some sort, you guys. We're just getting absolutely crushed in here. We are currently not even at 60% of just a minimum goal. Oh, look at this idiot. Here, just look at this. Who wants a freaking police chief like this guy? Look at this guy. What?
I want to speak for just a moment specifically to my Latino community. It saddens me.
Shut the hell up, man. This
that
guy
we
is a joke.
Even have to qualify these remarks.
You know what saddens me even more? That you're trying to make, what you're doing right now is you realize how off you guys were yesterday. So you're trying to cry to sort of hide, oh, wow, he's crying, and everybody forget what you said yesterday.
Because I understand, or at least have attempted to understand through your voices, your concern your fear, your anger.
Hey, I agree with you. Who said that? Lexi said she's embarrassed for me. Yeah, that we have this guy as our police chief. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
This information in no way is meant to disparage or to condone or support or agree with any of the actions that occurred yesterday. But it is important that we stay committed to the rule of law, that we stay committed to the facts, that we stay a trustworthy and legitimate police department for all of Portlanders. We are currently involved in this investigation with our federal partners, of which I'm very grateful for. And we have been able to assist and provide perspective and have a small area of participation as this investigation continues. I am proud of the relationships we have with our federal partners. We have relied upon them in many ways through the enforcement of human trafficking, fentanyl, gun violence, etc. And I have appreciated their work on a local level, and their willingness to have us engage in the investigation at this time, I think, is a demonstration of that ongoing relationship and information sharing. I believe in doing so, this will help hopefully bring some transparency to the process for Portlanders to be able to recognize. I'm also in regular communication with the district attorney and Attorney General Dan Rayfield, and their teams as well are supporting and participating in this process. When I say participating, I want to be clear. This is not a parallel investigation by the Portland Police Bureau. We are present, but we are not conducting our own independent investigation. That's not our role in this, and it would not be the necessary information to do that would not be made available to us because we're dependent upon that participation and cooperation with our federal partners. But we are at the table, and we are learning as we go, and hopefully, because this is new territory for us, that once the investigation is completed, there'll be an opportunity to share that information holistically. I can't speak to that currently. So with all that, I think we're ready for a few questions.
All right, before we get to the questions, is there any chance you guys could help support the channel tonight? I'm not sure what makes tonight different than any other night. We're just really struggling. I have huge amounts that I'm having to pay for these FOIA requests. I got 390 coming up here pretty soon. I've already paid half of that today. You know, I do the shows. You guys support the channel. Any chance we can try to get the ball rolling here? Because we're currently, we're just like at 50%. After all this time on the show. It's just it's wild.
We have about 10 minutes or so for questions and answers. And as Chief mentioned, when it comes to the criminal group Tren de Aragua, we cannot get in.
Hey, thank you, Ashley Nashville. Very cool. Thank you so much.
To great detail about these cases because they're open and ongoing. So I just hope you keep that in mind, and also just know how the questions might resonate with our Latino community, one that obviously the Chief has a great relationship with. So with that, we'll open up to questions and answers. Please state your name, who you're with, and who the question's for, and we'll have Chief do his best to repeat the question for the cameras as well. We'll start with Maxine.
Two questions. One, the July shooting in Northeast Portland, where was that? And can you describe the circumstances? And my second question is, when Portland police arrived...
Where was the shooting in
medical office,
Northeast Portland? What the question was. The one that happened in July with Tren de Aragua. Hey, thanks. Caddy Corner.
Okay, so
hey,
question
cool.
one,
Thank
Max,
you.
I understand, was the shooting in Northeast Dayton location, July 11th, 2025, at Northeast 81st and Mason. I don't have the reports in front of me. There's just some notes that I have, but Mike can track down, the reports or things that we need on that. In regards to our arrival at the shooting scene itself at 101 in Maine,
Well, thanks again, Caddy Corner. Thanks so much.
your question was whether or not federal officers were still present upon our arrival. Is that correct? And I'm going to ask Assistant Chief Simon just to answer that question. He was out on scene yesterday. And can you answer that?
Rob Simon, the Assistant Chief of Investigations, and yes, they were still on scene when we arrived.
The Customs and Border Patrol?
Yes.
How many?
Initially, there was at least 7 or 8. Then that number quickly grew as their investigative team showed up from various other federal agencies.
I made that myself, you guys. That little animation up there. That was for Linda Moldenhau.
Was that belonging to the federal officers?
Since that's so integral to the part of the
Hey, we got to
investigation, I'm going to
85%.
limit that comment and not
Just
disclose
like
that
that.
at this time.
Adrian?
Thanks.
Chief Day Adrian Thomas, KPTV. I think it's important to clarify he had.
Here, hold on a second. I think I can quickly, let me just boost up that one, this one. What the heck? Oh, come on, Marty's Bar and Grill. Wow, thanks so much. Marty's Bar and Grill. I'm boosting up the audio of the question. Just 15 decibels, but let's see. Hold on, let's see.
Chief Day Adrian Thomas, KPTV. I think it's important to clarify he had no idea of this enforcement action by Border Patrol prior to it happening. And given everything that's happened in the last 24 hours, what's your message to federal officials if they are going to continue these types of traffic stops in terms of giving you a heads up if they're going to be in a certain area at a certain time?
Yes, so we did not have any information ahead of time. Both of these events, the shooting scene itself and then where the victims drove themselves to, were reported to us via the traditional dispatch system. It is always complex when multiple agencies are working within one jurisdiction. So this is not unique just to our federal partners, but as police officers in the state of Oregon, we have authority throughout the state. So although I'm a Portland police officer, I'm designated as a state officer, so I could go do police work in Pendleton today. Typically, when we do that, we do provide a heads up, just an awareness, so that the other agency knows what's going on, so we don't face some of these situations such as this.
Yeah, Marty owned a bar, or I don't know if that's his real first name, but Marty's Bar and Grill.
So, we're continuing to communicate to our federal partners that any information they can provide ahead of time, so we can be aware of, to provide a greater level of safety and security for everyone involved. We are in favor of. We certainly can't mandate that or.
All right, anyway, let's go to this one.
I have two questions. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity to ask some questions. One, aside from the affiliation or link to that July.
God, I mean, this is so. Let me do another 15. Now you can probably hear it. Hold on. His breathing is.
First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity to ask some questions. One, aside from the affiliation or link to that July shooting, did these two individuals have any other criminal background? Had they been charged? Had they been convicted of anything, or was it just that suspicion with that?
I have been advised that the woman was arrested for prostitution in Washington County.
So everything that they said was right. Human trafficking. Trende Aragua. That's what the Border Patrol said. See, now we've got sex worker, we've got Trende Aragua, the whole damn thing. It's crazy.
And that the male was present when a search warrant was served in Washington County. I don't know if they were together. I don't know if that was simultaneous, but that's the information that we've received.
And then my second question is about not just the tactics, but the rhetoric that the federal government has been using.
Let me make this louder.
immigration enforcement. How does that impact your ability to maintain your relationships with community members and to maintain trust?
Yeah, so the question is regarding, you know, the messaging that we see coming from the federal government and how does that impact our ability on a local level. And I would suggest that this is challenging, not just on the part of the federal government, but really a responsibility that we all have in how we portray these events, and particularly when it comes to law enforcement action. As I've said earlier, I'm tremendously proud of this profession, but I'm also well aware of the history of policing in our country and some of the harms perpetrated at the hands of law enforcement, and recognizing that I want to recognize and really identify that fear and that concern that people share has legitimacy. So on the other hand, it's in a profession that is called upon daily 260,000 times or so this year. Last year in the city of Portland were calls for service. So people look to us regularly to step into spaces that are very complex and very difficult, usually with a great deal of risk. And the men and women of the Portland Police Bureau do that with.
I actually don't even understand why people don't want, like, they don't even want their local law enforcement to do anything. I mean, it's like if they don't do anything and the federal government's like, well, we'll go do something. They don't want it. They'd rather have murders and, sex workers and all these different things. I mean, trafficking, etc. Just so they can say, oh, no federal. But if it was Biden's federal government, they'd probably be okay with it. That's the thing.
With immense bravery and training and preparation, and I am so honored to be able to be a part of that with them. Anytime that we have messaging that jumps to conclusions, anytime that we make assumptions or assertions, then we are definitely putting the entire system at risk. You're putting the investigation at risk, you're putting the legitimacy and the other officers' safety at risk, and you're certainly putting the community safeties at risk. And I think this is the crux of what we're really struggling with in a lot of ways, is we are all trying to find an area of certainty, which I totally understand. We are all trying to find an area of certainty. But the reality is that many competing truths can be held at the same time. Immigration enforcement is not new to this country. There was immigration enforcement under the Biden administration. There was immigration enforcement under the Obama administration. This is not something new. The manner in which it's being done is certainly new and questionable in terms of its approach, and certainly the emphasis is new. But the reality is that this building down in South Waterfront has been around for a long time. So that's a truth, but there's also a truth in, once again, the behavior and the actions that we're seeing that's causing so much fear in our communities, not just in Portland, but around the country. That's true. There's a role for public order. There's a role for demonstrations and for protests and for an expression of that first. That's a truth. There's a role for law enforcement to be able to provide that safety and protection for all Portlanders. That's a truth. These things can all be held at the same time. And where we are losing our grip is when we hold so tightly to just our own truth, and not recognize that these others exist. And I will tell you, the Portland Police Bureau will always be committed to the rule of law and will always be committed to.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I totally support people with green cards, and I also even, I have compassion for. Let's say parents broke into the country, 15 years ago with a little kid, and that kid has grown up. They speak perfect English. They've grown up. They live in the community and stuff like that. It's hard to go like, wow, let's just send him back too, when their whole life is here, right? I mean, that's the part that, I think about those kind of things. But when you're trying to get rid of illegal aliens who broke into the country and have committed crimes, etc., why are people so against it? They're our neighbors. You mean Trende Aragua's your neighbor and you're okay with that? Or, I mean, what's your deal here? It's just very strange.
Recognizing these many truths and trying to balance them and hold them all lightly and honoring them all at the same time. I think that our community.
I mean, what do you guys think about that? Same topic, you know, like, you have these kids that have been here, and they've gone to school, etc., and I'm not even sure they're citizens because they weren't born here either, and they're not even legal aliens, but they're just going to school. But it's sort of hard. What do you do with those kids? I mean, I guess they call them the dreamers, whatever, but I do think about that, like, man, what do you do with that? You send the whole family back, and then that kid who knows nothing other than the U.S. and school has to go amongst, I don't know. Pretty weird. What do you guys think about that one? I'm not like, I don't just say like Megyn Kelly does. She'll just go, yeah, send them all. Yeah, just send them back. Like, just send them back, like every single one of them. And, I don't know. I think you start off with the criminals first, and then you kind of see what's going on. Don't you guys agree? Get rid of all the criminals, all the bad people. There's probably some people who have been here for, I don't know, 30 years or something, and probably never committed a crime and just sort of live in the community, and then you send them back. They were given that chance to go back, and then they could have a chance to come back in someday, but I don't know. I don't know how that works. It's a hard one. I just don't know what you do with all that shit. I just say you get rid of any illegal alien that has committed any crime of any kind, you send him back. Okay, and then people go, that's not fair, because Americans commit crimes at a higher level, Gray. And then I'll say, well, you know what, though? The truth is every crime committed by an illegal alien is one that would not have been committed had they not been here. So those are the ones you send back. I don't give a damn if it's, I wouldn't call, not failing to stop at a stop sign or something one of those crimes. I'm talking about literally like, I guess you could say, I'm not sure what, there's misdemeanors you throw in there, but like any felony, for sure, you're just sent back. For sure, right out of the gate, without even having to think about it.
Our relationship with the community today is stronger than it has been in probably at least decades of my career. I am so grateful. I have been on the phone almost 24 hours, other than a slight bit of sleep, with community leaders from across the spectrum. And that's why, even sharing this information around this association is so difficult and painful for me, because I understand from what I have been told that fear that suddenly this is going to be some wholesale blaming, this wholesale.
Yeah, I know they broke the law when they crossed. We all know that part. But other administrations allowed it. See, here's the thing, everybody. So you're saying, oh, yeah. Wait, everybody knows that. They broke the law when they came in. That's obvious. But there was other administrations that encouraged these people to break in and come into the country and live and do all these different things. So at some point, I just don't know where you go. I just get rid of all the bad actors, stop illegal immigration. I'm not sure how you get rid of every single, there's literally 15 or 20 million of these people. I don't know how you literally get rid of them all. We know, Jack. You're not persuading anybody. Nothing you're saying is interesting when you say it like that. We get it. Everybody gets it. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what do you do with... I want to get rid of the criminals first, and, specifically some of the more recent people that came in. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, the Democratic Party brings in illegal aliens, hoping someday that there'll be a future voting bloc for them. And they never try to solve the immigration problem because they don't want to. Because once the immigration problem is solved, they don't have a wedge issue to keep saying, hey, Latinos, we're going to help you, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Because it's all done now. Once the immigration issue is solved, it's over. It can't be used as a political... And by the way, once that goes away, Latinos are more aligned with the conservative ideals. So a lot of people would switch over. They're religious. They don't, they're anti-abortion, the whole 9 yards.
Approval of the actions that happened yesterday, and that is not the case. Nothing that I've said today should be warranted in any way to affirm whatever happened yesterday as part of the investigation. But it is factual.
Yeah, here's what I can't stand, you guys. Here's what I can't stand the most is when, like the United States is playing Mexico in a soccer game, and every freaking Mexican person that's, probably illegal, who the hell knows where they came from, they're all cheering for Mexico. The country that you left because they treated you like garbage. And then you come over here and you root for Mexico. Well, why aren't you rooting for the United States? Because we're the country that took you in. And, I think people would feel a little differently, if there was these incidents and you waved an American flag because you loved the U.S. now. But instead you're waving your Mexican flag as if somehow that makes any sense at all, right? You come over here, you wave your Mexican flag when there's immigration issues. My God, that doesn't make any sense.
Factual information we have. It is factual information that I was asked, and I felt the need to respond.
So both the man and the woman shot yesterday, they were both involved in that July shooting that you mentioned, and can you explain what their role was in that shooting?
I cannot say that they were both involved in the shooting on July 11th. I apologize. What I'm saying is, through the investigation of the shooting on July.
All right, where are we at here? I think we still need another 6 channel memberships, and then I'll donate 5 myself. That's my challenge. You guys do 5, and then I'm going to donate, or you guys donate 6, and I'll donate 5. Is that a possibility? Yeah, look at that.
11th, there became a nexus to them. Whether they were involved, I do not know. As far as I am aware, they haven't been named as, suspects. They haven't been charged in it, but because of the information Portland police officers received on the July 11th incident from the victim, we then proceeded down the investigations, which led us to this information sharing with Washington County. No,
Hey,
no,
thanks,
they have
Marty.
not been confirmed as the
There's one.
shooters. I don't have the details of that from the report. I just have been advised he was a Venezuelan immigrant. He did express to us that he believed that the people who shot at him were part of TDA.
Yeah, this one's so quiet. Look how can you guys see that on the screen? That's actually where a question is right there. It's almost like nothing. Here, let me boost these next few up here really quick. Man, you can't even see it. There's no wave for them. Here, let me hit save here before I get to...
Ray, can you and me raise our bastard's flag? Smiley face emoji. Smiley face emoji.
Hey, thanks, Danimal and Bruce Holdaway. Yes. Come on, you bastard. All right, now we might be able to hear something along with his huge nasally sound.
Shot at him were part of TDA.
Now that the mayor has explicitly said that he does not want ICE to operate in Portland, I'm curious, how does that impact your relationship with ICE and federal agencies, if at all? I mean, are you getting direction to...
Yeah, so the question was, with the comments from the mayor regarding having ICE out of Portland, how does that impact our relationships? And I appreciate Mayor Wilson. I appreciate his leadership. And he's been very respectful of understanding the importance that I place upon relationships with all parties involved. And So therefore, he has not given me direction otherwise to continue to be available. I've been on the phone today with some of our federal partners. We'll continue to be, throughout the course of the weekend and through this investigation. And I think that's really in the best interest of all Portlanders so that we can try to provide as much information in as timely fashion as possible.
Joey, John.
Thanks, Chief. Joey Buck at Point 6. The federal government's spoken a lot about this group trending around.
Hey, thanks, Stevie.
On a national and international scale, based on the facts that you've seen, like you just referenced, what kind of presence does this group have in the Portland area?
I think we just need one more, you guys. One more gifted membership. That'll be equivalent.
Well, we're learning more about that. We certainly can say that there is a presence. It would not appear to be as significant as maybe some have been led to believe.
So there is a presence of Trende Aragua here, but it's just not as significant as some might you believe. Well, I didn't even know that there was any here, so this is way worse than I thought it was.
I don't know if AC Simon has any more on that. You've been in conversation the last 24 hours, but you good with that? Yeah, so it is, a regional approach. I will say I appreciate support with Washington County and the, effort to try and figure out where some of these folks might be that are directly related. But, we're definitely aware, definitely engaged, even though I wasn't able to answer that question. I'm saying organizationally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you sure didn't have a problem last night just absolutely excoriating and sort of blaming the Border Patrol for what happened. You remember that?
We've got really skilled detectives that are working this and tracking this down.
Hey Chief, John Adams, KGW, just to kind of build on that last question, are you familiar with any possible activities that TDA might be known as a group to be involved with specifically, either here or elsewhere?
Yeah, the question is, do I have any specific knowledge of activities that TDA's been involved with, specifically locally or in the area? And I do not have...
Hey, you guys, we need one more gifted channel membership, and then I'll donate 5.
Anything specific more to share? What was communicated to us through the incident back in July with this victim, and as we have learned, is that oftentimes they will prey on their own Venezuelan immigrant population because they know that they have a reluctance to want to engage with law enforcement. But once again, this is something that we're getting up to speed on.
Dlive with K2, can you point us to any cases or instances of criminal
Thanks,
activity
Lisa
involving
Valenzuela.
Trende Aragua? And second, do you denounce and condemn the use of force yesterday?
Hey, look at. See, remember yesterday how this guy was an absolute jackass and I just kept saying, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Remember that? Hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell. Look at this question right here. Watch this. Listen to this again.
Involving Trende Aragua, and second, do you denounce and
Let's play the whole thing. Watch.
any cases or instances of criminal activity involving Trende Aragua? And second, do you denounce and condemn the use of force yesterday?
2 questions. Can I...
He says, do you denounce the use of force yesterday?
Give a case or an example. I don't have a case for you specifically related to them. The other one is, can I condemn the use of force yesterday? No, I will not do that at this time.
That's what you did yesterday. That's all you did yesterday. You remember that?
It's an ongoing investigation. We need to, as painful as it can be to hear these words from a police chief, we need to trust the system. And I understand how flat that can fall with so many people. Maybe I need to find a different terminology for that, but the reality is, I believe, as I see Max's eyes, I believe that this is the system that we have. It's the system that we're relying upon. It's the system that is in place, and I'm a systems thinker. I believe in the importance that not just A equals B equals C, but that we look at it holistically. And there are so many aspects to the events of yesterday, just like there's so many aspects to the event of a police officer's actions today. Not to draw a false equivalency, the events of yesterday, not only because of the seriousness, because of the effect on life, but also because of the national narrative and the intensity around it and all of the other collateral harms that we see happening. So I am going to continue to very much be committed and believe that the system can continue to work. And I have one quick example why I do that, and it was held right here in Portland, Oregon, in that building next door, where for 2 days, 3 Portland Police Command officers testified as the sole representatives for the city on why we did not need the National Guard deployed to the city of Portland. And based upon that testimony and based upon the excellent work of Portland Police Bureau members over the course of several months, a judge agreed with and cited in her report that the credibility of the Portland Police Bureau was definitely influential in that decision. And so the very fact that National Guard did not wind up on the streets of Portland is a testament to the behaviors and the actions of the Portland Police Bureau, and it's also a testament to the system continuing to work. So I'm going to continue to ask us and encourage us, and maybe I got to find another line.
Yeah, you need to find a brain and some, balls. You're just what an embarrassment. Portland's just, the last 15 years has just turned into, it's just garbage, It's unbelievable. I'm just raising the volume again on these. All right.
Max, sorry. We have a few more minutes, and then the gentleman in black.
Oh, that was loud.
Well, I was just curious, what changed from yesterday to today that allows you to have this information about the nexus with these two individuals, and how did you get
That's
that?
right, Marty.
Did you look at
Marty's Bar and Grill.
How do you?
Yeah, so the question is what changed from yesterday to today around the information. Well, might be a little bit disappointing, but as Chief of Police, I don't have my finger on the pulse of every single thing that happens in the organization every single day. And when I was asked that question yesterday by the reporter regarding my knowledge, understanding of TDA, I answered truthfully when I said that I wasn't aware of any information, because I wasn't. But I do like to follow up and be respectful of each of you, and my commitment is to give you the information I have when I have it, if I can. So came back to the office and said, hey, what do we know? Also at that time, I didn't have the names.
Hear him. yeah, I didn't know anything. Let me ask you something then. How come you did a press conference then? And why were you so condemning of the Border Patrol without having any facts? This is what was bugging me yesterday. It makes me angry. I don't know what the hell this guy was doing. Him, the mayor, the governor, these priests or whatever the hell they were, community leaders. They didn't know what the hell they were doing yesterday. And you could see it. They just went out there and quickly did this without having any facts at all. And today they're like, yeah, he keeps spinning this whole time.
We didn't have the names of the people. They'd been identified. Once they were identified, then we could search our information. Then there was conversation among our investigators, and that's kind of how it all came together.
DHS described, Jack Billy.
I think it'd be a great question to say. Let me ask you, hey Chief, do you have any regret for the way that you sounded last night, basically condemning the Border Patrol? Do you have any regret for that? What would he say now? I wonder what he would say.
DHS described this as a self-defense shooting. Do you understand that to be the case?
I can't comment on the intent, of the officers, how they perceived the incident. That's certainly all going to be looked at, but that'll have to be borne out in the investigation.
Max, a couple more questions and we'll get Chief out of here.
Have you asked for any of the body-worn camera or security surveillance, or have you seen it? Do you intend to seek it or release it?
Well, as I said, FBI is lead, so any of that evidentiary information is going to be dependent upon them in terms of, release of that information. But I can tell you at this point, we've not seen any video or retrieved any video of the incident.
Joey, Alex, and then we're going to call it.
You mentioned getting caught up to speed on the connection with these two individuals in particular, but what kind of prior knowledge, if any, does the Portland Police Bureau have about Trend Arawa presence activity in the Portland area?
Well, I hate putting Rob on the spot. He just took over this role of AC Investigations. He's had some conversations over the last 24 hours, but I don't know if there's anything to add.
Let's see. It says, I'm glad you're discussing the ICE agent in Minneapolis justified shot. My husband is a FLE. People are deranged. Yeah, it was totally justified. I mean, you know, here's what you could think to yourself. You could say something like, boy, you know, the officer could have dove to the right and wouldn't have to shoot anybody. But that's not what they're trained to do. This person knew that that officer was standing right in front of the car, and they gunned it and turned. Sure, they were turning up the street because that's where you're supposed. That's where you would go, while just running over the officer who had to kind of roll off the side of the car. You hear it. It's really obvious. I don't know where these people. I mean, I don't know, man. What do you want?
I don't know if that's been answered.
I'm not aware of the historical practices of TDA in the Portland metro area, but again, I'm new in this role coming from another spot, so I could follow up with you and get you that information. But
well, maybe to rephrase, was the Portland Police Bureau aware of TDA activity and presence prior to this incident with CBP yesterday?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, sorry, cut you off, but that one I can answer. Yeah, we were, because that's how the information came to us. I mean, literally, we're on the scene last night. Rob was out there, having a conversation. There's a sergeant out there. I mean, this is going to be a little bit disappointing because it may, think that everything is just magical. But through that part of that conversation, sergeant used to be assigned to a unit that did a lot of shooting reviews and began to connect the points and so, I think I remember we had this conversation, this came up. Then we were able to reach out to the investigators. So definitely the Portland Police Bureau had some of that information. We have a really robust shooting review process. We work with our ceasefire program. We work with federal partners in that way. This may have been touched on back then. We can go back and look, but certainly top of mind for us now is, and as Rob said, we can get you more information as it becomes available.
Alex will be our last question.
Yeah, just a quick one. We're hearing a lot of information about sustained gunshot chest to the arm, shots. Do you know anything?
Yeah, the gentleman was shot in the arm, and we applied a tourniquet upon arrival, and the female was shot in the chest. I was told today that they both had to have surgery, but as I said earlier, they're in stable condition. We're grateful for that.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. I do not anticipate any other media availability for the day, but as always, we will keep your newsrooms informed if anything comes up, and I will be working with our incident management team tonight, monitoring protest activity, and we'll, of course, keep everyone updated if necessary. With that, thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
Yeah. Talk about, absolute backpedaling, but then sort of still trying to keep the angle alive. It was just really shit. Here, let's look at this on Twitter. Okay, so watch this right here. This one doesn't. When I was trying to record it, it kept. This is Alpha News. Everybody's playing the same one. Look, they're just like my neighbors, these two here.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking driver. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
What does that even mean? You want to come at us? I say you get me. I guess what she's saying is you're not going to want to come at us, so go get a lunch.
Out of the car.
So now look at this girl's trying to. The wife here is trying to get into the car.
Out of the fucking car.
And then her wife, who's driving the car, didn't give two shits that her wife was trying to get in. Just wanted to get away from the cop.
Get out of the car.
See, look at this. I mean, this is right on the car here. It's crazy. Yeah, of course she's turning the wheel to the right to go up the street. What, are you going to drive into the grass over there? But she didn't care She can see. Look at her face right there. She's looking straight ahead. The officer's right in front of her car. Do you guys see that right there? Who doesn't see this right here? The officer is right in front of the car. Now watch this. Yeah. Yeah, he called her a bitch. Why would you? Yeah, he was still in front of it, and he kind of had to roll off the front of the car. And the shots even came after that part. Anyways, hey, thanks, Julian Kane. She made a very, very stupid call, and now her wife is a widower, her son an orphan, and her mother has lost a child. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing sucks. Okay, but I'm getting, what's weird about it is everybody wants to make it into this sort of like, you know, Gestapo moment where it's just the Trump administration is deploying these crazy, and it's not at all. The problem is you have people like Tim Walz, the mayor over there in Minneapolis. Then you have they encourage people to act like this. They don't tell them, you know, it's really dangerous for you guys to act like this, but we want you to go out and act like that because we care more about the political appearance of it all. We want there to be deaths and mayhem so we can blame it on him and we can get back into office again. That's what they do. It's sick. I mean, it kind of sucks. She's seeing somebody that dies, you know.
That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. You
How about you go to your job? You know?
U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Yeah. What was... can anybody in here right now say that that's not justified right there? That it's not reason... How about this? Seeing that video right there, and there's another video where you literally see him kind of roll off the front of the car. Does anybody out there think that that's not something... I mean, like... That's not reasonable to have a fear that she's going to be running over you at that point? Because I do. I think it's totally reasonable. What do you guys think? I mean, when I watch that, I don't feel like, oh my God, what a ridiculous thing. When you saw the original videos that released, you were kind of like, yeah, what's going on? But then you see the other one where it's kind of from the front of the car off like this. You see him kind of roll off the car. And then this one's worse. It's crazy, you guys. I don't understand why there's even debates and questioning about this. Here's what I can tell you. You want to hear the truth, you guys? If, let's say this was a Democratic president, and they had an ICE operation, which they always do, and it was some conservative people out there protesting something, and one of them hurled their car at the officer, and the officer shot and killed him, the left would be like, oh my God, look at these deranged people, look at this crap. You know, the media, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all those guys, every one of them would be saying how violent these right-wingers are and they're nut jobs. You know, psycho terrorists. But because they're not going to say that on the other side. They just never do. It's crazy. Whenever it's one of their people, oh, it's just so horrible. I don't know, man. I'm getting really frustrated with it all. I think a Republican, actually, if they saw let's just pretend everything was reversed in this video here, that it was a Democratic president, and that was a conservative, perceived conservative person with a car that was trying to run over the officer, none of us would argue. We'd go, oh, yeah, geez. Yeah, that doesn't, yeah, you can't do that. Because we actually believe in law and order. Isn't that weird? Like, you just do it. When police tell you to do something, you just do it. You don't go, oh, wait, hold on, and try to, get around it. How often does that turn out well for anybody? Like, never. It's crazy. I'm watching the end of the Blazer game over here, too. We're actually up 4 against the Rockets for the second game in a row. We were just down by 13 a minute ago and then came all the way back. That was crazy. Anyways, hey, thanks, Julian Kane. Some idiots compare her. Yeah, I heard that today. How is there a comparison with Charlie Kirk? They go, hey, when Charlie Kirk was shot, some of us Democrats, we were saddened by it. But you know what you always did? It's the but comment. They always go like this. Yeah, it's really sad what happened to Charlie Kirk and everything. But he was, but I'll use a but though. Charlie Kirk was merely talking at an event that the school had him come do, and he was talking in front of 3,000 people, and he was just doing his thing, and somebody shot him. It's absolutely completely different. Here you have somebody who is blocking a lawful law enforcement activity, the Border Patrol, and they're doing their job, and you're blocking him in the street. And then when an officer tells you to get out of your car because they've had enough of you now, you've been disturbing what they're doing, instead of getting out of your car, you not only don't let your wife in the car, you speed away right towards an officer and then try to go turn up the street where the officer fired and killed you. What is it's not even close to the same thing. How can there be people out there even comparing the two? There is nothing similar. Not anything about it. Does anybody disagree with me? That there's something similar about him? God, Jesus, you got to be kidding me. One of them is a completely premeditated first-degree murder. Jesus, man. We just love trying to give away games, the Blazers do. We can never inbound the ball at the very end of the game. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. I've got to see what's happening at the end here. We had the ball up 4 with 13 seconds to go and couldn't inbound the ball like we've done in 3 games in a row. And now we're up 4, but they have the ball with 13.8 seconds to go. And they're probably going to come down and hit a 3 based on how everything usually works with us. Oh, he airballed it. Thank God. Jesus, man. He missed it. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing similar about him. Well, no, I mean, we're so bad lately. It's just amazing inbounding the ball at the end of the game. We turn it over every single time. It's crazy. Oh, and Klingon, he made the first free throw. That's good. That's good. All right. See if he can make another one. We call him Kling Kong. He's like 7'2", really big guy. We made both. Boom chakalaka. Poor guy's parked car. Yeah, well, who cares about, I mean, that's such a minor thing compared to the... Yeah, she didn't care about her wife at all. Yeah. I'm just saying, is there people in here that just think this is... I mean, I don't think anybody thinks that, oh, it's a great thing that happened. I think everybody feels bad that she got killed doing something stupid. But what she did was turn her car into a deadly weapon when she gunned it towards the officer who was standing right in front of her. And he just kind of had to, he moved off to the side and you hear it get roll. In the one video that's out there, I don't know where it is. I don't know exactly where it is right at this second, but you can see the car actually strikes the guy. There's no question about that. He was killed after trying to run over the policeman. Must not have heard a... Yeah, well, that's kind of basically what she was doing. I think people are losing their minds. Yeah, I totally agree, you know. And I don't really understand how there's a different mindset. Because I guarantee you, if this was reversed, if this was a, quote, Proud Boy demonstration somewhere, and the Biden administration had ICE agents somewhere or Border Patrol, and they tried to stop the Proud Boy guy, and he gunned it, and even if in the exact same scenario, they'd be saying, oh my God, yeah, man, these Proud Boys, they're nuts, you know, look what they do, and they would go on and on and on and be totally different. And Republicans would go, yeah, man, he really shouldn't have done that. And that's how it would go. It's just amazing. They would be all for it if it was a Proud Boy who was in that car. You know, somebody like that. I don't know. They're not really Republicans. I'm just throwing out a... Yeah, the Oregon leaders they're lost. Yeah, I don't know if I'll see if I can find that for you, Bruce. Oh, there it is.
Hello everyone, Chef Grady Judd here. I've been asked by media outlets and several people to comment on the event that occurred in Minneapolis yesterday. Let me make one thing abundantly clear. You have to be accountable for your conduct. And that starts with the mayor. Did you hear his filthy talk?
That's what I said.
Did you hear his filthy,
he actually encouraged
uninformed talk yesterday to the people not only of the city and the state, but across the nation? Shame on you. That's lack of professionalism. Now let's look at the event. The investigation is not complete. What's wrong with you? I am giving...
See, look, let me show you guys something. We love Grady Judd here. These are my sound effects of Grady Judd. Here's one right here. Listen.
You know, that's just one step above stupid.
And then this one.
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains?
And this one.
Did you hear what I said?
This one.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
I just love that one so much I had to put it in there. And then this one.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
And then.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you? This guy may be like the dumbest person on the face of the earth.
Isn't he just amazing?
Giving you context on the video clip that I saw. Law enforcement officers, federal law enforcement officers, ICE agents, were trying to take the occupant of the car out of the vehicle. During this encounter, the vehicle backed up and then drove directly at the ICE agent. That is a deadly weapon, a 2-ton deadly weapon. So what did the occupant expect? They should have expected to be shot when you commit a deadly assault on a law enforcement officer. So let's do this. Let's send out the message loud and clear. And it should start with the mayor, the police chief, the local sheriff, and the governor of Minnesota. Cooperate with law enforcement officers. Don't resist them. Don't violently resist them. If you do violently resist them, if you do felonious assaults with 2-ton weapons, expect to be shot. Hello everyone, Chef Grady Judd here. I've been asked by media outlets and several people to comment on the event that occurred in Minneapolis yesterday. Let me make one thing abundantly clear. You have to be accountable for your conduct. And that starts with the mayor. Did you hear his filthy...
Anyways, we already heard that. And that's what I said too. After listening to the mayor and Walls, these people just don't get it, man. I wish we didn't have a society filled with idiots, though, that actually listen to those types and go, oh my God, it's real, it's true. You know, the same type of people who listen to Candace Owens and believe everything she says. Yeah, that type of person, even though they're on a different side. You know, I think a lot of the people that watch Candace Owens are actually liberals, and they're intentionally trying to inflame and get her viewed to create this huge issue. They know that it's causing problems. That's what I think. I think it's an actual tactic they're doing. Let's see. Well, I don't know, you guys. I don't really have much more to do tonight. I got to use the restroom. Maybe we could do something. I don't know. Let's see. Well, let me see if I can find that one clip that's on. Let's see.
As the vehicle passes, you can see the dark-colored SUV. Now, prior to this,
Okay, let me see this one here. This is one that...
move, and that's when the shots are fired.
See, but there's an officer... Yeah, there's an officer right here. That's an officer right there. See, look at... Oh, yeah. And then he ends up over there.
Now, prior to this, the video shows the SUV had been stationary.
I actually hadn't seen that one before. I'm trying to find the other one. There's a one from a... Yeah, it's this one. That one right there. See, this one you can see... See right there. Look right where I have the 185 right here. See that? That's an officer. Watch. I mean, look at it. That's crazy. I mean, it's like... Go back a little bit. So right there. I've seen other ones where you see more to the right too. You can absolutely see it. Alright, you guys. I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here, though. Thought we went through some important stuff. Yeah, got to see some cool video around the Tepe residence. Thanks to Tracy for that. And then we also watched, went over the new information in the Idaho 4. And then we went through this godforsaken interview here with this just just a pile of crap police chief. I appreciate all the police officers and everybody, but when you have leadership like this, wow. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, so thank you to Mary Lou. Can you believe that?
It wasn't me, Gray, I swear to God.
I know it wasn't you. And then Timothy Cecil, and then Marty's Bar and Grill gifted 5 memberships, and we have Cheryl, and then KMTX, and then we had Marty's Bar and Grill did a cat eye donation. And then while we were just having this Lowell City, Marty gifted another membership, he gifted another one, and then KMTX, and then we had Moon Shadow, gifted one, and then Lexi, then Perpetual Concepts, 96 became a new member, and then promptly gifted one. Very cool. And then Gloria Batari. Then Chris O'Connell showed up, gifted 5, and then Ashley Nashville gifted 5, and then Caddy Corner 8 gifted 5, and then we were sort of moving towards reaching the goal. And then we had Caddy Corner gift 20, and then Marty's Bar and Grill did a cat eye again. Or I think he did one earlier too, right? Yeah, he did another cat eye. So that got us really, in the ballpark, like right there, I think. And then, that got us to the goal. And then I think we were like 30 short of me being able to gift 5. And then Marty and Danimal and Bruce Holdaway and then Steve Warbo and Lisa Valenzuela all made it so that I could gift the 5. And then Chris O'Connell gifted one. And then Raja, Baby, Renee, and then Julian Kane, and Julian Kane again. And then also Lisa Valenzuela did a challenge earlier and did 5 coffees for 5. And then, and thanks Lisa there. And then TJ, it looks like, sent in 20 on Venmo. And then we also have, somebody sent in a PayPal. What the heck is that? Oh, there it is. That was Sandy Shirley. There you go. So thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. We just had video of Tracy walked around the house, around the block, through the alley and everything, and filmed everything so we could see what it looked like with a better perspective of what it looks like now. So that was pretty cool. But anyways, thanks you guys. We somehow made it again. Some nights it's pretty difficult though, but somehow we did it. Any last thoughts out there? I don't know how to make it so that, I wish we could make it so that everybody in the country was on the same page. Law and order is what a civil society needs. You can't have people like these individuals who are blocking law enforcement doing their job, and the Border Patrol and ICE are doing their job. They're getting rid of people that shouldn't be here, the violent criminals first, and they're also they're getting rid of illegal aliens. People that are in our country that are, in some cases, taking jobs from Americans. Here's the thing. People go, they don't do that. They do the jobs in America. What do you mean? You mean like roofing? You mean like drywall? All that stuff? You don't think Americans would do that if they were given the chance? No way, man. They would easily do that. It's not like they're just doing the jobs that Americans wouldn't do. That's just, I know they do some of those, but I don't believe it when people say that at all. It's crazy. It's dumb. And so, I don't know. We voted for this. We had 15 million people, or 10 to 15 million people come over during the Biden administration. And it just absolutely crushed our economy, everything. Everything was just screwed during that time frame. Now, you may not like Trump, his personality, etc., but I think we're on a pretty good path right here. You know, like I don't like everything he says. I mean, by the way, like there's a lot of freaks in here that have watched me for years. They don't like everything that I say. Okay, like people don't like everything I say, but they're always still here supporting because overall we all agree we're on the same page, just in general. But there's certain things that I say, oh, I don't agree. You know, there's I guarantee you there's people in here that when you hear Trump say certain things, you know, like some of his comments that he's making about Greenland right now, you know, sure, I'd love to have Greenland as part of the United States, but he's saying, well, we're going to try to, you know, make a deal, but if they don't do it, we're going to go take it or something. It's like, okay, well, I mean, really? It's, you know, here's what I would do. Well, how many people live in Greenland? 30,000 people? I would say, listen, I'll tell you what, we'll give you each $2 million. And then we'd like to be your protectorate, not the Dutch, all right? And then we'll help build some cities and stuff for you guys. We'll do, yeah, but man, they might do that. 30,000 times 2 million. I'm sure that's a pretty big number. It's probably like what, 60 billion or something. But that's worth that. I mean, my God, that's a huge place. And then maybe Canada will become our 58th state. I mean, you add those, each one of their states as, or what are you, territories, whatever the hell they call them over there. I'm just kidding. Canada. But you know, it's true. I've said this many times, and people always go, that's not fair, Gray. But it's actually reality. They literally have been saying that. I've heard it. See, Canada, we all love Canada. They're cool people. They're, you know, similar to us, etc. But very, you know, socialist kind of situation. But when it comes to their military, they don't have to spend shit on it. You know why? Because we are doing it. They know that if Russia or anybody came from the north to attack Canada, we would be right there to protect them, and they don't have to spend the kind of money that we do. We spend, you know, trillions of dollars on military, and they get to just sort of sit there and relax, knowing that we're going to come in and help. You know, and that's kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Hey, come on, Zozo. I've never said anything that you don't agree with. Are you still there, Zozo? We wanted to know how it was going over there in Australia with the fires. Yeah, he doesn't have a filter, etc. There's times where it's sort of cringy. You kind of go, oh Jesus, oh God, here we go. See what his problem is, because he doesn't have a filter. It doesn't help in the next election. I think he's very similar to me. Like I don't have a filter. I just say what I think, and then people go, I don't want to watch you anymore, Gray. I'm never watching again. You know, and that's sort of like elections, right? Yeah, Bruce, she sent it to me. That's too complicated to go over right now. I have it in a folder though. It's just about a. It was the, let's see, what was that called? The yogurt shop murder case. That guy that they have now said did that one. He also killed somebody else. And they were able to trace the bullet shell to that person. Yeah, I mean, yeah, my filter is I don't, trust me, I don't say exactly what I want to say a lot of times. Okay. So it is better. You got to admit, it is a little bit better than his. He just does whatever, he just says whatever. It's crazy. But man, it's going to be kind of a nightmare 2 years if we don't get the House, or at least keep one of the branches. You know, it'll be a nightmare. Because they're just going to congressional hearing after hearing after hearing. Oh, we're going to impeach. We're going to impeach. It just sucks. Oh, you did? I didn't see your comment after I asked you. Still burning. Wind is a big problem. Main fire is still burning. Huh. Well, how are you doing though? I guess that's kind of the key. You didn't answer me on Facebook, so maybe you have since then. Yeah, I mean, even though he's unfiltered, I don't care. It's just sort of like, oh boy, here we go. Here's what they're gonna say. He just said. It's funny how it all turned out to be. Remember when he did that speech when he first got into office the first time? He said, "They're not sending their best. They're sending their rapists, their murderers, etc." And everybody goes, "Oh, you're so racist." And he also said, and I'm sure some of them are good people too. You know, I think they have intel that Venezuela literally did do that thing where they cleared their prisons out and sent them over here. No fires in the mountain range. Yeah, you're sort of blocked by that a little bit, right? There's like a little mountain range that kind of might block it. But anyways, you guys, thanks for being here tonight. I really appreciate all of your generosity, getting us to the goal, etc. You know I ask a million times to get there, but sometimes it feels like if I don't ask, it's not happening. And we just try to reach certain goals every single night, and that allows us to, the channel to survive, and then also be able to donate thousands of dollars at the end of each month. I'll try to donate $500 here in the next few days just to kind of get the year started off. Maybe I'll even do 1,000 at some point. And then I don't know what it'll be at the end of the month, but do something. Got to get our first one in for the year. Last year I think we averaged 3,000, almost 4,000. 48,000 would have been 4,000 a month. We did 46, so it's like 4,000, 3,750 or 800 each month, which is pretty good. It's not bad at all. All right, well, wow, thanks everybody. Man, you're commenting just so much. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. Hey, and this is for you, Bruce. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
Quite a while?
This whole time, I have not seen one person that is a
crime dissector, ethic rejector, I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get you, gonna stretch you.
If you try and play me like an old projector,
crime dissector
is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his spectre. With all respect, y'all,
just remember,
I have a temper fucking
projectile. I have no agenda, I'm no agenda, and I'll sort of be a straight without a blender. And in the end,
I'm gonna send ya
on a mission to reveal a true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody?
What the heck was that, Timmy and John Boy?
I just wanted to join in tonight.
What are you talking about, Mary Lou? Oh my God, you guys, I'm not doing this, I'm out of here.
Wow, that's crazy. Here it is. Thank you for watching Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube, where we cover true crime using reason, logic, and common sense
to figure out what happens in true crime cases. And why don't you, too, buy a box of reasons? Thank you very much for being here. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.